Okay, so good evening to all of you. Welcome in this workshop. So whosoever new here, I would really say Happy New Year to them. So I thank so many people who joined today only. So at first, Happy New Year. So today is the day where I really feel thrilled because this workshop, it really means a lot. I guess that you all are also feel the same. So my dear friends, welcome to this great workshop. So I really want to check your enthu. For this, please type yes. I am enthusiastic for this workshop. So yes and E. Please note down, please write down in the chat. S, Y and E, Y and E. Please, fast, hurry up, everyone. Everyone, I really want good evening, Y, E, Y, E, Y, E. I want everyone should write down Y, E. All right, so you all are excited. Great to know about this. So I really want to tell you one thing. What happened yesterday, I spoke with my student and she shared that, ma'am, I am little confused when I speak in front of others. And specifically, I really want to be like a public speaker because my job demands like this. Unfortunately, I really don't know how to speak story. So I always feel good if I see to somebody who speaks nicely this story. Ma'am, can you guide me for this, what I have to do? So many things are there for if you really want to be a good speaker. For this, you have to know how to describe a story. Because people generally listen to story and they can correlate it. They can understand because you see that many movies, many serials, they really make it this kind of the things so that you can correlate your life with them. And then you just get connections. And after that, you feel good that, oh, nice, this movie is very nice, this serial is very nice, this web series is very nice, in this way that it happened. So I just want to tell you what are the elements where that you put this kind of the things. I just want to tell you that today the workshops says about that. I am absolutely happy and top of the moon today because today I want to share a big, and I want to tell to you a big thing, a big announcement I will do at the end of this workshop. So just stay with us. Actually, today is the day where I find this workshop really makes you so happy. And you get a lot of ideas regarding this workshop. So ladies and gentlemen, just stay with us and just go with us because today the speaker will share meticulous details of entire things related to this topic. Topic is all about words of wonder. So you know that whenever you go with any topic, so you need some story. So how do you develop the story? Speaker decided today that he will share to you the story and how you just go with the story. Without further ado, I will just welcome to our speaker of the day. So ladies and gentlemen, I really want to know, are you ready for that? If yes, please do type yes in the chat box. I really want to see, are you really excited? Yes, yes, yes. I know only why, that's all. Do not put more efforts, only effortless work is required, right? Why? Only why in the chat box. That's all. Lovely to know about this. Thank you so much, Praveen, Samir. Thank you so much. So today is the day where we speak all the things related to that. And you have to understand why it is important when you do share with the story. So here, many students, they fight with that. How do we share the story? We will just speak about that. So before that, I want to tell to you that speaker of the day, he is our one of the super duper highly experienced person. He knows everything. He is ardent, and I always baffle to listen to him because he is the speaker who knows each and everything. So he profound into that the topic is all about because he is a good reader, good writer, and good communicator. So ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to today's session. Welcome to this workshop, this person who knows everything. So here we go. I would just invite to speaker of the day, Mr. Arindam Sah. He will just share to us today's topic, why it is so special for you all. And as I know it, that at the end, you get the results as well. You can understand why it is important for us. Storytelling, story, why it is important for us. So, yes, Arindam, good evening.
Wonderful, great evening to all the lovely participants. I love all of you and thank you so much, Anita ma'am, for this amazing, exciting introduction. This could be the best thing that can happen every single Saturday. And
thank you so much, Arindam. So I really want that you just, mic is your now, and I really want that you just share to us the exciting workshop today. The topic is so excitement, and I really want that we just go ahead and ahead with that. What exactly you just bring for us, right?
sure.
So now you can just start. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anita ma'am. And I would like to welcome all of you once again in this amazing standing, wonderful, like it's an amazing workshop. It's the workshop where before going for this workshop, before thinking about the topic, I was literally overthinking a lot, like what should be the name of this topic. And finally, I came up with this amazing words of wisdom. And I really would like to welcome all of you on behalf of English Times on this amazing evening called a topic called words of wisdom. So let me start with a beautiful quote. But before we start, I would like to say one thing, that there is a internet issue at my end. So at any point of time, if we break in between, so do not leave the session, have patience. So your purpose in life, let me repeat once again, your purpose in life is to find your purpose. Let me repeat once again, your purpose in life is to find your purpose. It was literally difficult for me to finding my own. And I'm sure a lot of us do struggle to find the purpose in our life. And when we look for the purpose of life, because a lot of people do say that the purpose of our life is to get success. And I always do ask them, that is it? Because success is common. Success is something that everybody wants. Then how can it be the purpose of your life? Because purpose should be unique. And when we follow our purpose, when we follow our passion, when we follow our work, we come across various situations where we feel negative, situations where we feel that it's the end of our life, situations where we feel giving up, situations where we think that we should not continue furthermore. And I hope all of us come across these situations. And in words of wisdom, We are going to talk about the instances, the stories, the mindsets that you can use, that you can remember, that you can recall when you go through tough times. And while preparing for the workshop, I was doing the self realization. I closed my eyes and I thought that whatever solution I'm proposing to people, am I going to apply it? And I got the answer yes. So, my beloved students, I would like to share one incident of an entrepreneur. So, once upon a time, this entrepreneur, he had been going through a lot of struggle in his life. All of us go through struggle, but he was on the verge of extinction. It's been 2 years in the business, and he initially did so well, but now everything in his life was so horrible. He had no amount of money to give salaries, to provide salaries to his employees. His wife left her. His wife left him because he had no money to take care of the children. He was going through depression. He had a lot of bank debts to pay. And he was not getting any orders for his business. So one day he decided to go on a sea beach, and he was standing at the cliff and looking at the seashore. For a moment, he thought of just ending up his life. I hope this kind of situation all of us go through. And all of a sudden, there was this old man who was crossing by. He looked upon this entrepreneur and thought that he should go and help him out. That old man approached him and asked that, son, please tell me what's going on in life and tell me about your problems and let me help you out. And this person, this entrepreneur, got offended and said that, please do your walk, please engage in your walking and do not disturb me. I have so many upsetting moments in my life and I don't want to discuss it with anybody. But upon continuous requests of this old man, finally the entrepreneur decided to share his story. And he said that my life was miserable. Everybody left me. I am not getting the position that I want to, and I do not have any money to pay salaries to my employees. So I think I should end my life. That way, at least insurance company is going to provide the money that will settle all the claims, and it can also incur the salary of my employees. And after listening to this, the old man started laughing, and he took one check note out of his pocket and he signed on that check, and he handed that check over to this person saying that, I am Dhirubhai Ambani and I made a lot of money in my life and now I would like to help you out. So please take this check, fill whatever amount that you want, and once you get success, then return the amount to me. Listening to which, the entrepreneur got aghast. He was quite shocked that this person, all of a sudden, he took check note out of his pocket and he's offering him help. The old man said that, please take the check and whenever you get successful, just return it to me, fill whatever amount you need to, and I will meet you once you get successful. And then old man left by. Now this entrepreneur who was dejected, who was depressed, he got excited all of a sudden because now he had the check. The check was blank. He could fill any amount and he could encash it, and that's it. His problem would be solved. So with that positive energy, he went into his office and he told all of his employees that now work with great motivation and you don't have to worry about the money. Just give your best, bring more orders, bring more clients, and don't worry about the money. I will take care of it. Now, because he was positive, his employees could see that positivity, and the employees were also quite uh, shocked because the employees used to see their boss quite worried, sad, depressed, but for the very first time in couple of months, he was so happy. Now employees also got motivated and they thought, okay, let's bring in the work. Now boss has no issue with the money. So let's put in our effort because we don't have to worry about our salaries. And 2 months down the line, he got everything back. 2 years down the line, everything was sorted. He was on the top of the moon. His wife came back. He started getting orders. Now his business got 5 times. But what he did, that the check which he got, he did not encash that. He did not put any amount in that. What he did, that he thought at that point of time that in case if I go worse in my business, I will fill up the amount and I will encash it. That means I have something to back my to back my business. So one fine day after 2 years, when he was cleaning his drawer, he could find that check. And then he remembered all of a sudden that it was because of that old man I had this check. And because of this check, I got the energy, I got that motivation, and I did so well in my business. So now let me go to that old man and just return this check to him because I did not encash the check. I did well in my business, so it was not required. So at least let me go to Dhirubhai Ambani and return the check back to him. And then he started looking for that old man. He went again back to the same seashore, and he was furiously looking for that old man, but the old man was not available. Then he saw one fine building, a huge building, and he thought that maybe Dhirubhai Ambani is rich, so he would be staying in that palace. So he decided to go into that big, huge villa. He opened the door and he saw that there was a reception. And he was quite surprised that reception in a house. Then he went into that reception and asked that, could you please tell me where Dhirubhai Ambani lives? Because I need to refund his check. To which the lady started smiling and replied on a quiver tone that, are you looking for that Dhirubhai Ambani who gives a check, blank check, and who keeps on helping the poor people? And he was quite surprised that, what? Did he help other people as well? To which the lady replied that, see, this is a mental hospital, and the person whom you met, he was mental. He was not Dhirubhai Ambani. He pretends himself as Dhirubhai Ambani, and he keeps on distributing check to everybody. And he was completely shocked. What? Means 2 years back, the person to whom I met, he was not Dhirubhai Ambani. And then he remembered that, my God, it's year 2021 and Dhirubhai Ambani actually died in year 2002. That was a surprising moment for him. Even when he was so depressed, he didn't even realize that Dhirubhai Ambani died in 2002. So how could he come and give the check? So he got a check from this old man, and that gave him the motivation, and because of which he was completely into his business again, and today his business is on the peak. So what happened in this case? It was not the check by Dhirubhai Ambani, but that little thing gave him the energy to do extraordinary thing in the business. That is why ordinary things bring extraordinary result. That ordinary incident that happened with him, that was a result of his extraordinary result. And guess what? In our life, what we do not focus on ordinary things. These ordinary things are your habits. These ordinary things are those small things which you neglect. And these ordinary things are the things that can create humongous change in life. In fact, I literally love this famous quotation where it was said that only improve 1% every day, and by the end of 100th day, you will be 100% improved. So to get extraordinary result, focus on ordinary things. Focus on building ordinary habits. If you want to become an extraordinary communicator, then focus on ordinary sessions that you get every single day. And one day you will become extraordinary for sure. And amazing stories to start by. I really find it flabbergasting because on that simple faith, he built up his empire he built up his entire empire back once again. Please type AHA, means AHA, in the chat section if you really liked the story, because I do love this story. So, AHA, don't you think that it's a wonderful story? On a faith, on simple, ordinary story, like it can completely change uh, somebody's life. Great, I can see AHA moments. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And there are so many things, my dear friends, that we do in our life, but we do not realize the importance of it. So in our life, when you come across challenges, when you come across problems, when you come across pain, what we do, that we give up. And it exactly happened in one of the cities in Japan. All of us know that Japanese are quite conscious about eating fresh fish. They love to eat fresh fish. But what happened? It was back in 1900, when there was no exposure to technology. So they wanted fresh fish, but the sea water near Japan, it was not suitable for fish. So Japanese could not find fish nearby their ports. So they decided to build ships so that they can go to so that they can go farther. Now what happened that they were able to make that ship, and they were able to even go to faraway seashore. But what used to happen, that their trip used to take them 5 to 7 days. And in those 5 to 7 days, the fish, actually the freshness of the fish got lost. Now the Japanese were quite worried that what should we do? So the ship companies, what they did, they built one refrigeration inside the ship so that they can bring the fish with freshness. But what happened? Again, they took the fish, but the freshness was not there, because by the time the fish reaches at the port, it would already die, and people were not getting the taste of that real freshness. Then again, what these companies did, they created one pond inside the ship, and again they went inside the sea. And this time they filled up the tank with water. They catch the fish, and they could put all the fish in that pond. And this time again, people started getting live fish, but the problem was that still, because the fish were not moving inside the pond, guess what? The freshness was still missing. People were missing that freshness. Now the companies got quite confused that what should we do? Like, we brought refrigeration, again the freshness can't be restored. Then we even do have a pond inside our boat, our ship, but still people are not satisfied. Then what should we do? The fish is not getting fresh. But then somebody, like all of us, so that somebody decided to do one small experiment. So what they did this time, they filled the pond inside the ship with water. They then caught all the fish, and then they brought all the fish in the water. But this time they also caught one shark, and they also put the shark in the water. Now what sharks do, they eat fish, they love to eat fish. Now the sharks started catching the fish, and to save life, the fishes started moving. Now the fish got energetic, and this entire process could go till the ship reaches the seashore, to the port. And once the ship reaches the port, that's it. They could remove the shark, and the fish was fresh. So that's how Japanese solved this problem. So what you do need to understand is that the shark, which was incorporated inside the tank, was the cause of the fish being alive and fresh. And so in our life as well, we need that shark. We need that shark, which can be a cause of excitement and freshness in our life. And that shark can be the change, that shark can be the challenge, that shark can be the competition. Let me repeat once again, that shark can be the change, that shark can be the challenge, or that shark can be the competition. Change the way you perceive yourself right now. Challenge that you give to yourself every day that makes you feel fresh. And competition, you engage, you immerse yourself into learning skills so that you can get out of the competition. So when you fill your life with sharks, guess what? You get energetic, you get results, and you get fresh. This was an amazing story. It's a Japanese story, and it's not a story actually, it's a real incident that happened in Japan. And that's a wonderful lesson that we can take out. Without sharks in our life, and I'm talking about sharks, not problems. Let me repeat once again, please do not use the word problem in your life. Because when you say the word problem, then problems are meant to disturb us. Problems are meant to engage us in depression, anxiety, stress. But when it comes to challenge, challenges change us. Challenges always change us. So change your vocab. Stop saying problem and start saying challenges, because you take challenges, challenges change you. So fill your life with sharks, fill your life with challenges that inspire you so that you can get the utmost wisdom and success that you are looking for in your life. And what happens that every single day we go to a job, every single day we work, and sometimes our life gets boring. And I can see a lot of people, including me, I'm completely confessing, that we complain about our jobs. I don't like it. This is not good. I do have internet issue. I cannot sit for long hours. I cannot keep on talking to students for n number of minutes. And I'm sure that you must also do the same thing in your life. We keep on complaining about the things, and we never ever feel great about the things that we are blessed with. And it exactly happened with one of the greater authors that America has ever brought in, that is Harvey Mackay. So one day, Harvey Mackay, he was a famous author, but at that time, authors were not popular because internet was not available. So Harley Mackay was traveling from New York to California, and he landed up in the airport. And in the airport, when he went out, he saw a person wearing white dress with a deep blue color tie and a white color cap. He was completely professional. He was fresh. He applied the greatest perfume, and he was completely looking presentable. He was completely clean, and he went to Mr. McKay. The name of the driver was Wally. He went up to Mr. McKay and said that, Mr. McKay, please let me help you. Take my cab and let me take you to your destination. To McKay's surprise, because McKay didn't see any cab driver with that kind of professionalism. So the driver Wally opened the backside of the car, the trunk of the car. He put in all the luggage, and then McKay opened the door of the cab, and to be of his surprise, he could see that inside the car was absolutely clean, and there was a fragrance inside. When he sat inside the car, the valet, the driver, asked that, sir, what do you need? What would you like to have? Would you like to have coffee or tea? Because I have two thermos flasks. If you want anything, you could please tell me. And it was a surprising moment for Maki. He could not expect any cab driver offering coffee or tea. And then with a positive smile, Maki said that, no, thank you, but I prefer cold drink, soft drink. And the driver said that, no big deal, sir. I do have a small fridge inside my cab. Let me open and let me bring the soft drink for you. He put out the soft drink and he provided the same to Maki. Wally, the driver, was so humble. So while Maki opened the can and he was drinking the soft drink, then the Wally, the driver, asked that, sir, what would you like to read? because I do have magazines on of Forbes. I do have magazines on sports. I do have magazines on education. So what would you like to read? And would you like to read today's newspaper? And he handed him over one newspaper on as per the choice of Mickey. And at the next, he also asked Wally the driver that, sir, what would you like to listen to? Because the destination is far. So please tell me, would you like to listen to any Hollywood song, or would you like me to not to play any songs? And would you like me to tune to any particular frequency? And then they started driving. Mackay was completely surprised. He never experienced this kind of service before. And while they were midway, the Wally, the driver, again said that, sir, would you like to visit any place? If you want my review, if you want me to help you out, please tell me. I will give you the proper guidance, how you can go, how you can explore the city. And if you want me to talk with you, we can discuss upon several things. Or if you want me to be completely silent, I will not say anything. And Mickey was completely surprised with that great kind of service. And for a moment, Mackay thought that he was not traveling in a local taxi, he was traveling in one of the Ferrari. Such clean, such a spotless service. And at the end, Mackay asked with a smile that, Wally, the driver, could you please tell me? I have never experienced this kind of service before. So, what's the reason? I could always see all the cab drivers, they always keep on complaining about their job, they do not get salary, they do not get money, they do not like tourists, they do not get paid well, but you are not complaining. So, what's the reason? What's the secret? And then Wally, the driver, said that, sir, 6 months back, I was also like that. I used to complain. I didn't get uh, any kind of passenger for my taxi. I was completely depressed. And I also would complain to God that, why am I a cab driver? Why am I a taxi driver? But one fine day while I was driving the cab, I listened to one of the greatest speakers, Wayne Dyer. And Wayne Dyer said one sentence, and that really clicked me. And he said that when you change your perception, your results change. When you change your perception, your thought process, your results change. Then the Wayne Dyer on his radio podcast further continued to say that decisions change destinies. Decisions change destinies. And I decided that I was doing the way all the other cab drivers were doing. So let me add something, let me do something, and let me change my perception. Instead of feeling bad, let me feel good and let me make my work exceptional. And from that day onwards, I make my cab clean, I put my cab in proper shape. And not only that, sir, you were very lucky that you found me in airport. Today, I have hundreds of clients who have saved my number on their phone. They keep on calling me, and throughout the day, I'm busy. And Mackay learned a very important lesson, that it's not the work. All the cab drivers were working, but the way he treated his customer, the way he decided to change his thoughts, his results changed. He didn't do anything. He was just the same cab driver, but just he did little bit changing in his thoughts, and that's it. He multifold his business twice or thrice by just doing these things, by just doing these simple things, and he beat his competition. And I would like to tell all of you that if a driver can do this kind of small change and get great results, can't we change the thinking? Can't we change our own decision to bring such massive results? When we complain, and I'm also telling that I also complain, I'm not denying that, but when we complain, we become part of GCA University. Do you know what is GCA University? Global Complainers Association. So we become part of Global Complainers Association when we completely keep on complaining about our situations. And we complain like ducks, quack, 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 quack. We quack like ducks. We complain like ducks. This is not working, that is not working. He is not supporting that, she is not supporting. So we keep on complaining like ducks. And ducks always go in herd. They keep on quacking. But do not become like duck, become like eagle. The eagle who soar in heights. The eagle who soar in heights. Do have that kind of thought process, the way Wally the driver have had inculcated. And that's why he was soaring in the sky like that of eagle. Such an amazing, astounding story. And when I listened to this story, it completely, like, it literally shifted the way I think, the way I perceive the situations, that even a driver can bring such great results. Then why can't we? At least we are not driver. We are doing better than that. So do you agree with me? If yes, please type Y in the chat section. So do you feel that yes, this story has certain meaning, it makes sense? So if yes, then please type Y in the chat section. That's really lovely, Shravan, Ravi. I could see. And what about others? I want all of you to react. Come on, in the chat section. Please type Y in the chat section. Great. I could see now Y's in the chat section. Wonderful. Great. So the way you change means the way you change your perspective, your results change. And that is something that I truly love, because you do need to realize one thing, that things cannot go the way you want. We are not God, so things cannot go the way we want. And what happens that when you accept what society tells you, when you accept the limiting beliefs from society, then your beliefs get limited. The biggest irony in society is that when we were kid, we had dreams, we wanted to do something, we wanted to achieve some result, we had the potential, we had the energy, but then someone from the society came in and said, you cannot do it. And guess what? You believed in him. You believed in that person, but you did not believe in your dreams. Tell me, does it happen? Because it happened to me, it happens to me. And that's the biggest irony that we need to overcome. And that reminds me of one of the incidents, one of the stories. So it happened in somewhere in UK, when one donkey, so that donkey fell accidentally. The donkey had fallen in one of the wells, and the well was deep. So the owner of the donkey, he was quite surprised to see that the well was too deep, and how could he take that donkey out of that well? He did all of his efforts, but he could not take the donkey out of that well. And this donkey was wailing, crying for help. So at the end, with a heavy heart, the farmer, that owner of the donkey, decided that the well needs to be filled, and my donkey is also old. So let me bury the donkey in the well. The donkey may die, but he's old. So what happened that he called all of the villagers, and they started shoveling the mud inside the well. Now the donkey realized that people were trying to bury him, and he started crying. But after few seconds, the donkey stopped crying. And everybody thought that the donkey was dead. Then the owner, that farmer, decided to look upon the well, look down into the well, and he could see that the donkey was alive. But the surprising moment for the owner was that not only the donkey was alive, but when people were throwing mud on him and he was shaking his body, guess what? Due to shaking his body, he would able to create a solid space underneath him. The donkey was there, he could shake his body, the mud fall beside him, and he could climb on that mud, and that's why his level was rising. And after a while, the donkey got out of the well. What we can learn from this story? Everybody was throwing mud on the donkey, and he shook all the mud. That mud was only possible for him to go out and get out of the well. That's the exact same way we should deal with the society. When people say negative things to you, when people throw mud on you, shake that mud. And when you will be shaking that mud, guess what? You will rise to your higher level of understanding. And once you rise to a higher level of understanding, that's it. You will be sorted and you will get freedom and liberation. Whenever society says something, whenever society throws dirt on you, just shake it. Just shake it. Do not let that mud bury you. That's a wonderful story that, and it's by unknown author. It was quite floating on internet, and I decided to speak that in front of you so that you can learn this amazing art, how to deal when people say negative to you, negative about you. Just like donkey, shake your body and throw the mud away and rise to the level of understanding. And I would like all of you to put your hand on your heart. I would like all of you to put your hands on your heart, right hand on your heart, and speak this line. The line is, I will take a positive view of things. Let me repeat once again. Take a deep breath and say, I will take a positive view of things. I will take a positive view of things. I will not take negative view of things. I will take positive view of things. You can also take a deep breath and say, I commit to being a positive soul. I commit to being a positive soul. When you do this activity, understand there are two pots which you have. In one pot, there grows money plant, while in other pot, there grows weeds, unnecessary grass. In one pot, there grows money plant. In another pot, there grows weed. Both of the pot were exposed to the same situation. They got equal quantity of water. They got equal quantity of sunshine, and they were in the same environment. But why is it that one of the pots got money plant and another pot got the weed, unnecessary grass? Because of the seed. The mud was also same, water was also same, sunshine was also same, environment condition was also same. But just because one got the seed of money plant and so money plant comes out, while the other got the seed of weed, unnecessary grass, and so the unnecessary grass comes out. I would like to tell you one thing, that no matter whatever seed that you put inside the mud, it will grow it. It will grow it. You can put the seed of apple, it will grow apple. You can put the seed of any poisonous, any venomous food, and it will grow that plant as well. Similarly, your mind is like that land, that soil. If you put positive thoughts, it will grow positive thoughts. If you implant negative thoughts, it will grow negative thoughts. If you feel good, if you feel positive about your life will be positive. If you keep on thinking about success, you will get success. But if you think about failures, you will get failures. If you keep on thinking about negativity, it will amplify negativity. Sounds interesting, right? This is a very simple concept that we as a human being miss out. And that is what you need to understand. And sometimes when we get value, what we do, we start comparing. We start comparing. In fact, there was this one study which was conducted by one of the greatest professors in IIM Ahmedabad. He conducted one famous experiment in one of his lectures. He said to one of his students that if you get a lottery of 10 lakh rupees today, how are you going to feel? To which the student responded that I am going to feel outstanding. 10 lakh rupees, my God, so many problems of mine are going to get solved. I would be so happy. My parents would be so happy. And then he asked one of his friends that if you get a lottery of 1 crore rupees, how are you going to feel? And the another person said, sir, I would be top of the moon. I would be so happy that I cannot even explain. So now these were two people, one student who was asked for a lottery of 10 lakh and another one who was asked for a lottery of 1 crore. Now what happened? This first person who got a lottery of 10 lakh rupees, he now started feeling bad. And he started criticizing that 10 lakh rupees, okay, 10 lakh rupees I have gotten, but why did this person got 1 crore rupees? Why am I like, God, are you so futile? You gave me only 10 lakh rupees and you gave him 1 crore rupees. I am so hard worker. I give charity, but still you gave 1 crore rupees to this person who doesn't respect people, who doesn't even study properly. Then another professor asked this professor who conducted this experiment that when you gave this student 10 lakh rupees, at first he was so happy. And even when the other student got 1 crore rupees, still the value of 10 lakh will not change. The value of 10 lakh would be 10 lakh. Then what happened? Why did he become sad? And the professor gave a beautiful reply, and he said, the economic value of 10 lakh didn't change. Let me repeat once again. The economic value of this 10 lakh rupees did not change. It's the perception value of the money that has changed. It's the perception value that changed. So what happened that when this first person started comparing himself with another one, he started feeling bad. The economic value of money was same, 10 lakh was 10 lakh. But earlier he was happy, now he was not, because he changed his perception. And that is why, my dear friends, this is very important. In fact, before working upon communication skills, work upon this. Work upon this visual mental rehearsal. Work upon enlightening, work upon strengthening this mind. And mind does not mean intelligence. There are so many people who are intelligent, but still they are depressed. Mind means to have that intellectual ability, to have that ability, to have that winning mindset that no matter whatever wrong goes with you, you extract the positivity out. Like this elderly lady did, who was in one of the orphanages in Haridwar, which is a holy place in India. And this elderly lady, she was around 85 and she had only three hair on her head. So one fine day, she was combing her hair and she could see that there were three hair and she was happy and she said that, okay, today I will braid my three hair. Next day, when she stood in front of the mirror and while combing, she could see that there were only two hair and she was happy by saying that, my God, I will do ponytail with these two hair. Next day, again she woke up and while she was combing, there was only one hair left. And she said, let me do some interesting thing with this one hair. Let me create different and let me play with it. Let me do variety of activity with this one hair left. And next day, she was completely bald. And again, the lady was smiling and saying that finally, now my time is going to get saved. Earlier, I had three hairs. I needed to comb this, but now I have no hair. So my time is going to get saved. I'm going to read books. I'm going to use this time to do meditation. I'm going to use this time to feel better about myself. That lady changed her perception. And so her results got changed. The lady changed her perception. The situation did not change. Like the situation only got worsened. She kept on losing her hair. But the way she responded, the way she looked into the situation, it completely changed the output. We can't change the output. Of course, we can try. But if, and that is why there is a famous saying in English that goes that when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. Let me repeat once again. When you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. It's all about your perception. There are so many people who could come into this workshop, but they didn't come. Maybe they might have thought that, okay, or this is Saturday, let me enjoy. What's the point of going? Let me watch some movie or do binge watching. But at the same time, all of you decided to come and attend this workshop. It shows that the situation was same, but you decided to utilize your time wisely. And that's what the results are also going to be different. And the number one skill that all successful people have is that they show up. They show up. That is why I always tell people that if you want to learn batting and if you go on a cricket ground and when you watch the match on TV, for example, you are watching a match on TV, is it going to help you with your batting? Little bit. Let's say you go and watch the match live. Is it going to help you with your batting? Little bit. Let's say you go and ask the cricketers to have a selfie with you. Is it going to help you with your batting? I think it will motivate you, but it will not help you with batting. But imagine now you are on a field and the ball is coming at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Is it going to help you with your batting? Yes, it is. When you decide to show up, instead of becoming a spectator, when you decide to become a player, that is when the results change. When you show up, a lot of people do not even show up. That is why they do not get the results. A lot of students in their young age, they need to appear in interviews, but due to self-doubts, they do not even show up. Because they do not show up, they do not get the results. But when you show up, guess what? You utilize your time, you get the results. You may fail, you may pass, but you get experience. And that's why it reminds me of the greatest stories of Thomas Alva Edison. After getting bulb, he was looking for the filament, which metal to use for filament. And he used multiple ways, and every time he got rejection. But he did not take rejection personally. He used to say that these are not rejections, but the ways I am finding that these are not the ways by which I can create the filament. And after so many hit and trials, finally he got the filament called tungsten. The most important thing is you showing up. A lot of people in this classroom, someone is a sales professional, someone is doing a job, someone is preparing for UPSC, someone is engaged in preparing for interview in foreign universities. If you fear, definitely you cannot get the results. So show up every single day. No matter what your mind says to you, whatever negative things your mind says to you, if you show up, you will get the result. It can be positive, negative, forget about it. But at least you are going to get experience. At least you will be performing better and you will be out of that competition where people even didn't decide to come up. Today, when you decided to come for the workshop, you defeated all the people who didn't show up. Don't you think it's a great deal? Because only 7% people in this world get success, true success, out of which only 5% are billionaire. Why do you think they are successful or billionaire? Because they show up every day. They take risk every day. They show up no matter how bad the situations are. And that's why they are billionaires. In fact, today I had so many issues. I had network issues, I had internet issues, and I was quite doubtful that how would I conduct this workshop. But I decided to show off. I thought that if the electricity doesn't come, I will take the session from my phone, but I will take it. I'm not going to give any excuse. I'm going to take it. Guess what? We are at the end of the workshop now because I decided to show up. And because you decided to show up, today you are in the workshop. And I'm sure that if you follow even one thing from this workshop, you are definitely going to get the results. Moral of this entire workshop is that the entire world is full of stories. In fact, people do come and ask me that, sir, what is the secret of success? There is no secret of success. That is the secret of success. There is no secret of success. Don't you think that the people who smoke a lot, who are chain smokers, don't you think that they know that if they stop consuming cigarettes, it will be beneficial for their health? If you go to anybody who consumes liquor a lot, alcohol a lot, don't you think that they know that if they stop consuming liquor and alcohol, they would be fit? There are people who do not do exercise. Don't you think that if you go to them and ask that, don't you know that you should do exercise? Guess what? They will say that, yes, I know I should do exercise, but I cannot do. So it's not about secret of success. There is no secret. And it is not important that you know. It is important that do you do what you know? That action is important. That showing up is important. That is why we call attraction. Attraction, the last 5 words are action. If you break this entire word attraction in 2 parts, it is attract plus action. When you take action, you attract success. That's why we call it attraction. So on that positive note, I would like to conclude today's session. Now the session is open for Q&A. I love all of you for being so patient. And I hope you have taken some glimpses out of the workshop. It was all about words of wisdom, where through stories, I wanted to share some complicated concepts to you. But the most important takeaway that you should take out of this workshop is decisions change your results. Decisions change your results. So decide to think positive, decide to work upon your mindset, decide to not give up, decide to show up every day, decide to not lose your patience. And if you do that, I'm 200% sure that you will be getting the results. Thank you so much, all of you. And now the Q&A is open for the discussion. If you have anything, any questions to ask, now it's that time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arindam. It's a great workshop today. Honestly, thoroughly, I have enjoyed entirely. I got a lot of ideas from you, the way of speaking, and yes, this is called the story, the nice way that you explained, and I was absolutely astounded to know about this, how nicely you projected entire things. When you said about that story of the Dhirubai, I could really baffled about to know this, that oh my God, like what the story that you have shared. So thank you so much for this lovely workshop. Before before you ask, I mean, any one of us, if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask to us directly. We able to give you the answer, means Arindam definitely will answer to you. But before that, I have a one small announcement. For this, I would really cordially invite one of my lovely students. Name is Mr. Kul Shamir. Yes, Shamir. Please on your mic. Good evening,
Good evening.
Shamir. Yes, Samir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Samir wants to say to everyone today because he is top of the moon today. So why? He would say, Yes, Samir, please.
Yes, ma'am. Positive thinking is very important for us. We have to go in only in a positive way. We have a lot of problems in past or present. We have to achieve it. Then we have to overcome from that problem. Then only we get success. Otherwise, we can't. That is the story. I am waiting for that. Today I have achieved that. But package is not important. Salary is not important. Our those who criticize us for hours in past, they are wishing for me now today. Congratulations, congratulations like that. Today I am feeling very happy and very happy.
Yeah, the reason is that he got appointed in a very good organization. So this is a great achievement, and he did it just because of he is a very determined person. He is absolutely ardent in his work and his dedication. So he decided that to learn English, to improve English, and today he got this appointment what exactly he wanted. But he doesn't want to stop here. He really wants to go further. So that is why he said that, ma'am, I really want to get another opportunities as well. For this, I need your help. So this is called the positive attitude. So it is not only that what we say in the workshop, this this is only that we say it, but many student of us, they just proved us that it is the reality. If you work on it, definitely these things also in returns we get the same. We get in returns we get the reward, recognitions, and all those things. And that is only can happen if you started to work on it. As Arindam said, everyone knows everything. Only one thing is important. That is implement the things. Then only you get the result. So I hope so that you all understood these things. If you have any question, you can ask directly to the Arindam.
Yes. If you
And
have,
Afrin, yes, she was writing a lot of things. Yes, yes, Afrin, this is very important. You have to know about this, that this is called the story. If you really want to improve your storytelling attitude, for this, you have to listen to it, so many videos, so many good speaker, and after that, you definitely would get this kind of the ability insight. This will help you everywhere, and you can be perfect in this way. If you stand anywhere, you can easily speak. Yes, Arindam, would you want to say something?
sure. And it's really, I'm so glad Praveen, Shravan, Afreen, Trisha, and all the other students. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments. It really means a lot. And I would like to say once again, congratulations to Kul Shamir for such greater
Thank
achievement.
you.
It
Yes, sir.
really it's really a success story, and Shamir promised on 31st December that this year will be the best
Yes,
year,
sir.
and he proved it in the first week itself that yes.
First,
So this year is
not only
definitely
this, I have to, yes, sir. I have to achieve more and more and in front. This is only a starting step. Yes, sir.
perfect.
This is
Yeah,
only starting step. In success, sir.
you will achieve more and
One
more
thing
and
I
more.
have to say,
Yes, yes.
I have to say one thing in this workshop. If we all are deserve for any work, then when we are deserving, then we have to prove it strongly. Then only we can achieve it. Yesterday also we discussed about that again and again and again, and when we remember in it our mind, then only we can achieve it, sir. That's what.
Very good, Shamir.
Lovely. You are
Yes,
genius. You are genius, Mr. Cool Samir. So he started to write like this, Mr. Cool, right? He's Mr. Cool.
yes, sir.
Lovely. Great. So thank you so much that all the audience, because of you only that we conduct the workshop every single weekend, and we thoroughly enjoy and we get a lot of ideas, to speak, to understand, and to evaluate ourselves. So at the end, I really want to tell you, keep on trying yourself, do practice, do implement all these things, and get achieve what you want to achieve in your life. And with this positive note, we really wrap up this workshop and wait for the next week Saturday for the another workshop with one lovely speaker. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would really request to you. So and I would really request to you that come on next weekend as well for the beautiful workshop. And I just want to tell you, keep learning and stay positive. Thank you so much.